May 15, 2026, marked the end of Hassan Sheikh Mohamud's constitutional term as president of Somalia. Before his time in Villa Somalia, he was a man of the classroom, a teacher who earned a PhD and the respect of his peers. But as his mandate expires, that academic background is overshadowed by a more complicated question. What did he actually do with the power he held? There is a Somali proverb, Kofku kol kisa buhadla, Karina kasi sa buuda. It suggests that just as you know a fire by its smoke, you know a man by aligning his words with his actions. Hasan Sheikh offered his own self-assessment during a famous speech, admitting, Marba kofban ahai. Translated, it means, I am a different person at different times. This admission of a shifting identity raises a fundamental problem for any government. When a leader acts as a laba wajile, a two-faced politician, consistency becomes impossible. We see this in his handling of regional leaders like Ahmed Madobe. Initially, the administration treated Madobe as a criminal, even issuing a formal warrant for his arrest. That hostility was short-lived. Following the Ras Kamboni conflict, Hassan Sheikh traveled to Kismayo in person, signaling a complete reconciliation. But on June 12, 2026, while in Johar, the president reversed course yet again, abruptly announcing that he no longer recognized Madobe's authority. This pattern of didma and akonsad, rejection and recognition, leaves regional administrations with no stable partner in the central government. This pattern of reversals extended to Somalia's international relationships with neighboring states. Hassan Sheikh frequently labeled Ethiopia an enemy in public addresses, only to later describe them as a friend Somalia could not do without. This chart tracks the diplomatic status of the UAE under his watch. His government first expelled the UAE, then pivoted to declare them Somalia's best friends. By the end of his term, he shifted once more, declaring them Somalia's worst enemy. These rapid changes in position make it difficult for foreign allies to view Somalia as a reliable or predictable partner on the world stage. Eventually, the friction that defined his foreign policy began to isolate him from his own political base. He spent the final months of his term alienating the three regional states that had originally supported his presidency. As a result, his own party, the JSP, began to fracture, with key allies abandoning his faction to protect their own political futures. This sudden mass departure of his closest allies resulted in a complete derailment of his legislative and political agenda. When a leader's word loses its value with regional partners and foreign allies, his internal support system usually follows the same path toward collapse. This political strategy is best described by the Somali word gabeldaye, the sunflower. A sunflower has no fixed direction. It simply turns its head to follow wherever the sun happens to be in the moment. Without deep ideological roots, a leader is forced to constantly shift to stay in the light, often ending up alone when that light finally fades. A small number of politicians remain aligned with Hassan Sheikh as his term reaches its conclusion. For these individuals, the choice is between staying with a legacy of reversals or resigning to maintain their standing with the public. History rarely favors those who wait until the very end to distance themselves from a pattern of broken promises. The era of the May 15th mandate has passed. Wabillahi Tawfiq.